Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Today we've got a really interesting and exciting video lined up for you. Charles Hoskinson yesterday released a YouTube video where he really sort of sheds light on what's actually going on here as an industry, referring to crypto, referring to blockchain, and why right now is a perfect example of why we need blockchain. We're seeing banks fail left, right, and center. This is the First Republic Bank, which literally is the 14th largest bank in America. We're seeing contagion across the board. Charles Hoskinson addresses a lot of these issues. And not only does he address them, he relates them to why crypto is needed. Now, you guys will know, and this is going to be a Cardano specific video, that I'm a big fan of Cardano. Ultimately, I think that the likes of Cardano, Algorand, Polkadot, even Ethereum are going to be the operating systems of tomorrow. I think everything is going to be run on blockchain, and these individual blockchains stand a very good chance of being what these, whether it be financial, data, identity, whatever it may be, systems are ran on top of. And the value of that is absolutely massive. And also there's this value proposition with blockchain in the fact that it exists outside of this crumbling, corrupt system. People think finance is boring, but actually finance is the answer to many of your problems, if not all of them. It sounds kind of shallow of me to say that, but finances, try not going to work tomorrow or try and live without money, you'll struggle. So what I want to do in this video, guys, is take a look at Cardano. But to really kick things off, I want to play a series of snippets of Charles Hoskinson's Market and Contagion YouTube video that I think are really, really important. This message is absolutely important one. I'm a massive fan of Charles Hoskinson. He's one of the reasons. I think he's one of the most genuine guys in the crypto space, and I think his vision is a real one. And I think he has one of the best understandings of blockchain and where it's going. And we're going to share that with you in this video, certainly in the wake of all these bank failings and so on. So without further ado, guys, I'll go ahead and get rid of my face, and we'll get into the first clip.
Only if the Swiss government bails them out. You see, the banking system in general is falling apart. And it's falling apart predictably so because it's always been a Ponzi scheme. You have this business where you take other people's money and then you use that to multiply and create money out of thin air, give it to people all around the world, and then you make windfall profits from it until people get a little shaky, in which case you socialize your losses and give those losses to society.
So basically, Charles Hoskinson here is talking, and I'll leave a link to this full video in the description. He's talking about really how the kind of financial system works. It is a complete Ponzi. We have all been, and I don't know any better, I don't know any different system to the one that I was born in. We're all in the similar kind of boat. We've all been 100% duped into believing and giving up the best years of our life, time with our family, so on and so forth. I'm a big advocate for people working, but working for real value. Not working for what your government tells you is valuable and provides no alternative. Crypto is, to sum things up, providing that alternative. It's really magical. I've always said it's almost like divine intervention that Bitcoin came about in 2008. We're already seeing a repeat of 2008. We had all the central banks coordinate to provide liquidity. Similar thing happened in 2007. And of course, in the Bitcoin Genesis block, there was that newspaper headline that essentially said, Chancellor on the brink of second bank bailouts. Satoshi was a visionary. He, she, they, who, what Satoshi was. And ultimately, he's birthed the new system, and it is crypto. That's my genuine belief on this. It always has been. Without me rambling on too much more, guys, let's get into the second clip.
The same group of people, ironically the same, Janet Yellen and these others, who told us that 2008 will never happen again. We fixed the problem, are going to lead us to a series of bank bailouts and consolidation and backroom deals that are going to make these too big to fail banks 5 times bigger. We're running out of money to socialize these losses. We don't have it anymore. Just look at the debt. Our national debt, United States, it's over $30 trillion. What happens when that goes to 10%, which it's heading towards? That's more money than we spend on our military times 3. The biggest, most powerful military in the world.
The banking sector, the whole fiat system Just like when John Law tried it back in the 1800s, I think, could have been 1700s. Somebody fact check me on that. Go and look up who John Law was. He was the first kind of guy that came up with this fiat system, not actually backing something with a promise and nothing more, nothing tangible behind it. Out of France, you know, the system that's in place is inherently has to fail or be ever inflationary, which basically just impoverishes everyone. Because ultimately, if it's a lend into existence system that there's an interest on or there's a burden on, so you need to inflate to cover that burden. The problem that we've had when we've seen rates spike, that burden's become so great, we're now seeing bank failings, and ultimately the solution to that is to just deflate everything again. You either default or deflate. Deflation is coming, and we're already seeing that in the form they have in the, and this actually sums it up. In 1 week, in other words, in just 1 week, the Fed reversed roughly half of its quantitative tightening it accomplished over the past year. System is too fragile to be maintained where it's at. And this is why even Bitcoin, what's going on right now, regulations are a huge ambassador for Bitcoin. It's one reason it's doing so well, because it exists outside of this system. What these blockchains like Cardano, Polkadot, Algorand, you know, Cosmos are trying to do, Ethereum, even Bitcoin, is create a system that is quote unquote fair. Nothing in life is truly that fair. That you can use without this, or that is a lifeboat to this failing system that we have in place. I don't think this stuff's going to play out overnight. I don't believe in Bilagi's 90-day $1 million Bitcoin prediction, but I think Bilagi's onto the money in terms of the route that this is going. Again, it's too good to be true that crypto came about in 2008, just in time for all of this.
And the reality is that this fractional reserve banking system is on its last leg. It's not going to last. It will not survive another 20, 30, 40 years. It's not stable. We have to take back our money. I tell you what scares the government. Get these T-bills, 3-month expiry. The U.S. government's behind it.
We'll leave that one there. I'm running out of time, guys. There's lots. I mean, and I will leave a link to this in the description. But talking about the system found, he's so on, and then he goes on to talk about T-bills. And actually, well, why can't you just use those T-bills as a way to bank yourself without the governments? And this is what DeFi is trying to do. And we do have a clip about Charles talking about DeFi and where it's going to be at when it can scale. And that's coming. We're in the year of, or the era of scalability for Cardano. You guys know I'm very, very excited. I have to be 100% honest. I do think there are some lackluster areas in Cardano. I think its marketing could be better. People say, well, why would you want to market it? Well, part of mass adoption and getting this technology to the public is basically advertising it to them. You're going to get a lot more adoption for the right reasons. Well, not for the right reasons, but you're going to achieve that adoption. It's not about selling tokens or anything. It's about saying, hey, this is what we've got going on here. I do see quite a bit going on in other ecosystems. I think Cardano can be lackluster on that at time, and I've also not seen a massive uptick in its DeFi. So there are some areas where it's lackluster. I think with layer 2s, layer side chains, there's some really amazing things coming, like Marlow, all this great stuff. But it's going to take time. Without me rambling on, because I want to get through these clips, and then we'll look at price and just round things off. Let's go ahead and play the next clip.
Right here, right now, our industry is proving its worth, and proving its worth more than all other industries combined. It's giving you your identity back, your data back, your money back, your payment system back, your banking back, your voice back. And damn every politician who tries to take it from you and tell you for either national security or for law enforcement or for whatever the hell the reason is that we have to give away crypto. Because the alternative is a monetary collapse, followed by another Great Depression, followed by total government control over every aspect of your life, every dimension of your life. But don't worry, they'll give you a CBDC. It looks like a crypto, feels like a crypto, except for the fact that they can shut it off anytime they want.
Yeah, that is very much a reality. Just this day, I was getting today I was getting a coffee. And one of the people in the coffee shop was talking about essentially how you're going to get alerts or alarms on your phone in the UK, and they're going to test this in April. Everyone's going to get one that's got a phone. And I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute, very scary on that side of things in terms of the overreaching that government now has. But Charles Hoskinson is right. Crypto is this massive opportunity, this lifeboat, if you will. And always with every emerging market or every emerging technology, there's teething problems. It's always a kind of rough passage to where it needs to get to. But it is heading there. And I do believe that Cardano stands a good chance along with some of the other altcoins. I'm not saying it's going to be the only operating system, but I think it's going to play a role. I think it's been built to do so. And when all these things come to pass, it's going to be proven very needed.
And when we look to the next 3 years, next 5 years, next 10 years, here's what's going to happen. All those DeFi protocols, they're going to go through at least 4 or 5 major upgrades and be able to scale and handle transactions with billions of people. The next 3 to 5 years, the whole notion of identity, because of DIDs and all the surrounding infrastructure, will be able to be a universal identifier that gives you your data and privacy back. It's called self-sovereign identity. The next 3 to 5 years, wallet solutions will give you the ability to be your own bank, and the securitization of things like security, treasury bills and other such things are going to get rid of commercial banking. And markets are going to completely replace payments, change all of it. It's coming. It's happening so fast. We're there. The tech is there. It's all being implemented now on Cardano, on Algorand, on Ethereum. You can taste it. The revolution is here. And if the US bans it, hard or soft, choke point or through legislation, it's going to go to the Middle East, India, China. It's going to go to Africa, the Latin American markets, and it'll work its way back in. Because as the U.S. is in a massive depression, over-reliant on its nepotistic, corrupt banking system, the rest of the world will be making money, be safe and secure, insulated from the contagion. And
yeah, it's a dollar poison pill that the majority of the world has swallowed. So this I felt was a really important video. I just wanted to take these snippets from because I think he sums really what's going on here up very, very well. And it's important to remember that, through the good times and the bad. This is Ethereum on the top and this is Cardano. I think you're following a similar sort of trajectory, guys. I really do, okay? We've looked at Cardano on the smaller time frames. We did have some sort of a head and shoulders inversed. Still could be playing out, but your right shoulder's bigger than your left. However, and to be honest with you, I expected Cardano to move more with Bitcoin, which we've been calling for a breakout since 15K, and some of the other altcoins. It may play catch up. It does like to do that. And actually, we did do a video on Bitcoin dominance and everything associated with it. So that's really all I've got for you in this video, guys. I think ultimately, when you're looking to be a crypto investor, people mistake trading and investing, right? Trading's more, I think, of a short-term time frame, even up to a matter of 3 months, potentially a little bit longer. Investing, you're looking down the line and you're saying, where's this going to be in 5 years? You tell me, guys, in the comment section where you think Cardano's going to be, where you think crypto's going to be in the next 5 years. Really would love to hear your guys' input on that. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Hopefully this was a bit more of a cheery video, despite the kind of really bleak macro backdrop. You guys have found yourself in the right place as crypto enthusiasts and potentially investors. All I've got for you in this one, guys. If you enjoyed the content, like, it's always appreciated. So is a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next.